Hello guys, thank you for watching. Melky here, and I'm going to read privacy policy of Google or Alphabet company. Let's go. When you use our services, you are trusting us with your information. We understand this is a big responsibility and work hard to protect your information and put you in control, which is something cool. That is nice. This privacy policy is meant to help you understand what information we collect, why we collect it, and how you can update, manage, report, and delete your information. Alright guys, so I'm going to make some comments probably while reading. Keep in mind that I am not a legal professional. This is not a legal advice, even though I do have, if I were deemed to have some responsibility based on my profession, I'm just going to tell it to you upfront. This is not meant for professional purposes. Please contact your own legal professional for that purpose. Okay, privacy checkup. Looking to change your privacy settings? Take the privacy checkup, and you can see it by clicking that link. This one effective March 4th, 2024. You can compare the difference between the before and the after in the archived version. Pretty hard to do using a phone. If you are doing it in your laptop, that would be great. And you can also download the PDF. Maybe some people could navigate better. They're good at PDF navigation, so I props to them. Contents got introduction, information, excuse me. All right, sorry, I was clearing my throat. And information Google collects. Why Google collect data? Your privacy controls, sharing your information, keeping your information secure, exporting and deleting your information, and retaining your information, compliance and cooperation with regulators about this policy related privacy practices. All of these are they're all sounds important, so it's easy to dismiss some of the other important stuff. For me, I would like to pay attention to how your information are shared, meaning like how Google deal with their third parties, because we are reading privacy policy and they are respecting our privacy, but maybe not for the other parties that they are sharing our data with. All right, next, let's start with the introduction.
Whether you have an Android phone with a bunch of Google apps installed, or just search on Google from time to time, we want you to feel confident that your information is protected and that you're in control. This policy covers a wide range of Google products like YouTube, Maps, and Chrome, devices like Google Home, and ads served by Google across the web. We want you to understand what data we collect, how it's used, and what you can do to update, manage, download, and delete it. That's what this policy is for, to help you understand how we process information and how you can manage your privacy as you use our services.
All right, so nice video. We build a range of services that help millions of people daily to explore and interact with the world in new ways. Our services include, oh, sorry about the mic. Oh, sorry. Probably the sound quality is going to be different now. Let me repeat that again, guys. We build a range of services that help millions of people daily to explore and interact with the world in new ways. Our services include Google Apps sites and devices like Search YouTube and Google Home, platforms like Chrome browser and Android operating system. Let me clear my throat again, excuse. Platforms like Chrome browser and Android operating system, products that are integrated into third-party apps and sites like Ads Analytics and embedded Google Maps. You can use our services in a variety of ways to manage your privacy. For example, you can sign up for a Google account if you want to create and manage content like emails and photos, or see more relevant search results. And you can use many Google services when you are signed out or without creating an account at all, like searching on Google or watching YouTube videos. You can also choose to browse the web in a private mode like Chrome incognito mode, which helps keep your browsing private from other people who use your device. And across our surfaces, you can adjust your privacy settings to control whether we collect some types of data and how we use it. To help explain things as clearly as possible, we've added examples, explanatory videos, and definition of key terms. And if you have any questions about this privacy policy, you can contact us. My bad. Sorry guys, like the throat is being not cooperative right now. My throat. Okay, let's start with the video. Information Google collects.
When you use Google services, we collect a few different types of information. This info generally falls within two broad categories. There's the info you create or provide to us, and info we collect as you use our services. Let's have a look at each. We collect the info you create and provide to us. That includes the name you provide when you're creating an account, a photo you've uploaded to Google Photos, or a message you send using our services. We also collect info as you use our services. That means info about the devices, apps, and browser you're using, as well as your activity on Google, like the searches you make, ads you interact with, and visits to websites that use our services. It can also include information about your location as you use Google services. This means when you search for coffee shops, we can use things like your search terms, plus your location, to help you find a great place just around the corner.
Alright guys, so what do you think of that? Please leave a comment in the comment section below. What do you think of that? Like Google could collect you and make a profile? Alright, so what would be the implication? Please share it with us. We want you to understand the types of information we collect as you use our services. We collect information to provide better services to all our users, from figuring out basic stuff like which language you speak, to more complex things like which ads you'll find most useful, the people who matter most to you online, or which YouTube videos you might like. The information Google collects and how that information is used depends on how you use our services and how you manage your privacy controls. When you're not signed into a Google account, we store the information we collect with unique identifiers tied to the browser, application, or device you are using. This allows us to do things like maintain your preferences across browsing sessions, such as your preferred language or whether to show you more relevant search results or ads based on your activity. When you are signed in, we also collect information that we store with your Google account, which we treat as personal information. So it is a very nice information that we get here. What do you guys think of that? That they could know people who matter most to you and unique identifiers, right? Tied to your devices and stuff. All right, next, things you create or provide to us. When you create a Google account, you provide us with personal information that includes your name and a password. Okay? You can also choose to add a phone number or payment information to your account. Even if you aren't signed in to a Google account, you might choose to provide us with information like an email address to communicate with Google or receive updates about our services. This is something interesting. Even if you aren't signed into a Google account, okay, you might choose to provide us with information. Okay, but keep in mind guys that even if you don't choose to provide Google with information, there's still information that is they're still communicating with your devices to a certain extent. Maybe not with the information that must be consented by you, but there's some information that doesn't need that. Okay, for example, some cookies. All right, next, we also collect the content you create, upload, or receive from others when using our services. This includes things like email you write and receive, photos and videos you save, docs and spreadsheets you create, and comments you make on YouTube videos. All right, guys. So imagine a YouTube staff, right? Kind of being able to access this information and maybe be able to make a decision or judgment upon your account or your persona, maybe based on this information. But of course, we got to check it out whether or not it is allowed to do that, to personally profile you, because from what I've read, historically speaking, with other privacy policy, guys, to personally identify you, it is something that is that requires really high authorization, and not just anyone is legally allowed to do that. um, Definitely. And but if little kids were were being naughty, they would be skipping school. If politicians were being naughty, they would be probably causing millions of dollars of damages. Really depends on the variety of your responsibility. But maybe I've gone too far with that, but just so that we can understand better about this text, because there's a lot of writing and not a lot of meaning is easily derived. Okay, we also collect the content you create, upload, or receive from others when using our services. This includes things like email you write and receive, photos and videos you save, docs and spreadsheets you create, and comments you make on YouTube videos, right? Next, information we collect as you use our services, our apps, browsers, and devices. We collect information about apps, browsers, and devices you use to access Google services, which helps us provide features like automatic product updates and dimming your screen if your battery runs low. The information we collect includes unique identifiers, browser type and settings, device type and settings, operating system, mobile network information. Let me read the previous paragraph for a little bit. And phone number and application version number. We also collect information about the interaction of your apps, browser, and devices with our services, including IP address, crash reports, system activity, and date, time, and referred URL of your request. Okay, a little bit of further comments on this. It means that it collects information about the app you use. So let's say, for example, you are in YouTube, right? It collects information in relation how YouTube is being run in your devices. So what kind of features it uses, so what type of, I don't know, like a micro electric circuit system that's going to make things work with the application, because different phones have different ingenuity. So right, so it is gotta be some, it's possibly not gotta be, possibly they for example, you use a Chinese phone, they're gonna have issues with with the Chinese, because they could identify, right, how the Chinese phone make their application run, and how do these phone interact with the features of the applications. That's pretty problematic, but interesting. We collect this information when a Google service on your device contacts our servers. For example, when you install an app from a Play Store or from the Play Store, or when a service checks for automatic updates. If you are using an Android device with Google Apps, your device periodically contacts Google servers. See, to provide information about your device and connection to our services. This is information includes things like your device type and carrier name, crash reports. Guys, crash reports, don't underestimate crash reports, because a lot of things are being sent to crash reports. Some of the stuff, like I said, probably is a concern of your device makers, but some of the stuff could include your usage or your history or your patterns or your habits or your something that they could identify distinctly from other people, right? What type of user you are? Are you a tapper or are you a puncher? Do you punch your phone or do you just tap it? Okay, do you have anger issues? Just kidding. Just kidding. Your device periodically contacts Google servers to provide information about your device and connection to our services. This information includes things like your device type and carrier name, crash reports, which apps you've installed, and depending on your device settings, other information about how you are using your Android device. Ooh, man. Your activity, we collect information about your activity in our services, which we use to do things like recommend a YouTube video you might like. The activity information we collect may include terms you search for, videos you watch, views and interactions with content and ads, voice and audio information, purchase activity, people with whom you communicate or share content. Now, wow. Like like a long time ago, guys, I don't think this is a thing that they would put this in a privacy policy, that they actually monitor about other people or third parties, that is identifiable upon the interactions between you and the application. But it is great. Like, I think this is a progress of our legal system or our community, right? The worldwide community. And also, I think, maybe not in Southeast Asia. So I thank a lot for the European Union people, or these critical thinking people of the West. I think for things such as this to be actually be included in a privacy policy, like people with whom you communicate or share content, like would any venue or host be to actually inform you of this thing that they do, right? Even to just at a surface level like this with little details, but it is impressive that they actually put this in for us to be able to scrutinize. But I know that it's not really that powerful for us, but dang, this is so great. This is a great thing for me. Okay, let's continue on and talk about that. If you want me to talk more about that, let's do it in a different occasion. Activity on third-party sites and apps that use our services. All right. Chrome browsing history you've synced with your Google account. Okay, there are a lot of variations of or implications or in practice, how is this plays out, but I imagine you guys would have your own opinion or your own comprehension of this matter. Please leave your comment in the comment section below. I would like to know that, right? And then to end this, we have two last paragraph. If not for the whole privacy policy, just in terms of the your activity section. If you use our services to make and receive calls and send and receive messages, we may collect call and message log information like your phone number, calling party number, receiving party number, forwarding numbers, sender and recipient email address, time and date of calls and messages, duration of calls, routing information, and types and volumes of calls and messages. You can visit your Google account to find and manage activity information that is saved in your account. Okay, let's go to the next one, your location. All right, we collect location information when you use our services, which helps us offer features like driving directions, search results for things near you, and ads based on your location. It's very nice actually, guys, that we got a privacy policy for Google Maps, for YouTube, for Google Search, for all kinds of alphabet services all in one, so that we don't have to go through all of the privacy policy differently, or maybe just a few minor details as an addition, not the whole thing. However, still, guys, we gotta take this general privacy policy with a grain of salt, because some things are applied differently, because the wording might be the same, but the implication or the concerns that you would have if it were to be applied with another service would be different. Let's say, for example, this location information, if it is applied to Google Maps, a lot of people would find it common sense, would have a common sense on it. But if it were to be applied on, what's the Google bot, like Alexa? That's Amazon, right? Like, who is Google? Cortana is Microsoft. Who is Google? Google, I don't know. How about that? That is kind of different, right? And YouTube, like if YouTube uses your location, probably it's going to have something to do with recommendations instead of finding places like it says here. So different concerns for different applications, just so that you guys could have a discretion on it. So there's next one, depending on the products you are using and settings you choose, Google may use different types of location information to help make some services and products you use more helpful. This includes GPS and other sensor data from your device, IP address, activity on Google services such as from your searches or places you label like home or work. Let me read that again. Activity on Google services such as from your searches or places you label like home or work. Wow! Wow, I didn't pay attention to that before. Information about things near your device, such as Wi-Fi access points, cell towers, and Bluetooth-enabled devices. The types of location data we collect and how long we store it depend in part on your device and account settings. For example, you can turn your Android device's location on or off using the Devices Settings app. You can also turn on location history if you want to create a private map of where you go with your sign-in devices. And if your web and app activity setting is enabled, your searches and other activity from Google services, which may also include location information, is saved to your Google account. Learn more about how we use location information. There's a link here that you can click. Let that sink in. Next, are we still in the same title here? What is this subtitle? Your location information. All right. In some circumstances, Google also collects information about you from publicly accessible sources. For example, if your name appears in your local newspaper, Google's search engine may index that article and display it to other people if they search for your name. We may also collect information about you from trusted partners, such as directory services who provide us with business information to be displayed on Google services. Marketing partners who provide us with information about potential customers of our business services, and security partners who provide us with information to protect against abuse. We also receive information from partners to provide advertising and research services on their behalf. We use various technologies to collect and store information, including cookies, pixel tags, local storage such as browser web storage or application data cache, databases, and server logs. Now, guys, I know this kind of thing probably, you think, all right, so we are a part of the circuit, a part of the community for Google and the other guys from all around the world. That is not wrong. And we are all connected with each other through the Google, through the Alphabet corporations, and we all of our data is jumbled upon in there, is being stored there. So in a way that we are connected, we are in this way we are connected, but we got to always remember that Google is actually a private company, and how going concern or how sustainable is the relationship you have with Google with all of this data that they got from you? Is it just transactional, or is it like a employee employer relationship, or is it even more than that? So what do you guys think? Please leave a comment in the comment section below. Next, let's watch a video.
Google collects info as you use our services. What are some of the ways we put that data to work? We use your info to customize your results and improve our services for everybody. Let's say you search for mountain biking. We use what you searched for, other searches you've made, your location, and what other people did when they searched for mountain biking to find you the results you're looking for. Mountain biking trails near you. Depending on your settings, we may also use your info to show you personalized ads. So next time you're on YouTube, you might see an ad for biking gear. You can always control what info we use to show you ads by visiting your ad settings. And when we use your information to personalize the ads you see, we don't share anything with advertisers that personally identifies you. So your personal information is safe with us.
Yeah, very nice, because there's a lot of people that deals with Alphabet as well, and that is a safety in numbers. The fact that we are just a grain of salt in a sea, in a shore, means that for us to be disadvantaged is like, it's not personal. So I just wanna there's safety and there's also anxiety that is reasonably could be derived from this information. But the worst thing that I don't want people to do after watching this video or after reading Google's privacy policy or other privacy policies such as Microsoft's, such as Apple's, is to overreact, because these companies, they are professionals, and they've been doing this for a long time. And I know that we want to diversify, but if we are not careful about our diversification, it could be very bad. It could be, you could enable irresponsible people, you know what I mean? Like, you want to balance things out. I'm not going to be specific, all right? You want to balance things out for all of these access, right? it's like having a boyfriend, right? And you broke up with your boyfriend or girlfriend. I've, to be honest with you, I've never been in a. So I'm just going to say it right out of my naivety. I would imagine that these other people knows a lot about you, and you kind of, there's an inclination, or there would be some kind of urges to get with other people just for the sake of, you know, but but it could make things worse for you. So uh, I want people to learn more about these big companies, because there are always you can see them like Mark Zuckerberg, um, Sun. His name is a little bit dangerous to mention, okay? Because I might say it wrong and it means differently. And all of these CEOs or representative of the company has been in Congress, has been scrutinized by the U.S. Congress, and they've made statements about their integrity. So it might be more complicated than that to say that we are that exposed. Probably, if we are not doing anything about it, we could be on our way to our losses. But there's got to be more ways than one to be able to change things around. So we got to explore that as well. And I hope we could make a community, or you guys could set up a community to figure that out. All right, next, we use data to build better services. We use the information we collect from all our services for the following purposes. Provide our services. We use our information to deliver our services. Your information to deliver our services, like processing the terms you search for in order to return results, or helping you share content by suggesting recipients from your contacts. We use your information to deliver our services, like processing the terms you search for in order to return results, or helping you share content by suggesting recipients from your contacts. I've never seen this feature. What is this feature? Suggesting recipients from your contacts. I know that in Gmail, see this is picture like a Gmail feature. You can find your contacts easily by typing their names, but this is more than that. I don't have never seen this feature, the manifestation of that feature. Maintain and improve our services. We also use our information to ensure our services are working as intended, such as tracking outages or troubleshooting issues that you report to us. And we use your information to make improvements to our services. For example, understanding which search terms are most frequently misspelled helps us improve spell check features used across our devices. All right, develop new services. We use the information we collect in existing services to help us develop new ones. For example, understanding how people organize their photos in Picasa, Google's first photo app, help us design and launch Google Photos. Provide personalized services, including content and ads. We use the information we collect to customize our services for you, including providing recommendations, personalized content, and customized search results. For example, security checkup provides security tips adapted to how you use Google products. And depending on your available settings, Google Play could use information like apps you've already installed and videos you've watched on YouTube to suggest new apps you might like. Depending on your settings, we may also show you personalized ads based on your interest and activity across Google services. For example, if you search for mountain bikes, you may see ads for sports equipment on YouTube. You can control what information we use to show you ads by visiting our ad settings in My Ad Center. We don't show you personalized ads based on sensitive categories such as race, religion, sexual orientation, or health. We don't show you personalized ads based on your content from Drive, Gmail, or photos. We don't share information that personally identifies you with advertisers, such as your name or email, unless you ask us to. For example, if you see an ad for a nearby flower shop and select the Tap to Call button, we'll connect your call and may share your phone number with the flower shop. All right, go to My Ad Center, measure performance. All right, before we continue on, I will, I will I would say that maybe a lot of people would have already imagined what is being talked about there. But if you guys have even deeper insight or a different perspective that other people would probably miss, maybe there are some, I think there could be something there that a lot of people wouldn't pick up instantly. So please leave a comment in the comment section below if you have your perspective on that, because everyone has unique perspective. Let's go. We use data for analytics and measurement to understand how our services are used. For example, we analyze data about your visits to our sites to do things like optimize product design. And we also use data about the ads you interact with, including your related Google search activity, to help advertisers understand the performance of their ad campaigns. We use a variety of tools to do this, including Google Analytics. When you visit sites or use apps that use Google Analytics, a Google Analytics customer may choose to enable Google to link information about your activity from that site or app with activity from other sites or apps that use our ad services. I don't really fully could grasp this paragraph. I probably should read this once again. But if you could, again, if you have just even your general understanding of this, please share it with me.